Hello and welcome to Summer Session 1B Labs. At the start of this lab program, you're going to be doing something a little bit different to your typical 1A exercises. The first part of this lab course is actually project work, where you're going to be working in a group of 3 or 4 to design your own lab exercise. So this is to give you skills in designing and carrying out laboratory exercises and also in group work. It's going to be a little bit like MasterChef in that you're going to get a kit. So there'll be a series of kits to choose from. Ta-da! And what you're going to do is use the equipment within this kit to come up with an experiment. So you have a few advantages over the MasterChef contestants in that you already know what's going to be in the kits because there's a list of it in your lab manual and you can choose which kit you want. So before your first laboratory, have a go at the pre-work, which is going to get you to think about which kit you want to use and also give you some group work skills that you can put to use in the lab. So then when you get to the lab, the demonstrators all put you in groups of 3 or 4 with people who want to do similar laboratory exercises. Now the first hour or so of the lab, you're going to spend planning what you're going to do with the equipment. So you're going to design your experiment. When you design it, you're going to come up with a basic, a standard and an extended goal. So the basic goal will be something fairly simple to do just to check that the idea for your experiment works. The standard goal is going to take you most of the time in the lab. So this is going to involve collecting data or plotting graphs, that kind of thing, depending on which question you want to address. The extended goal then carries this further. So you may come up with an industrial application of your idea, or you may think of something that if you had millions of dollars you could do and come up with a really useful experiment which would progress science somewhat. Now, during the experiments, if you miss a week, you're going to need to communicate with your fellow group members as there are no catch-up labs for the projects. So if you miss a week, you may be able to say something like, okay, I'll do the literature review for the final report then to make up for that missed time. But that's for you to negotiate with your group. At the end of the projects, there is a moderation form where you can say which percentage of the work the different people in your group did, which will slightly moderate your marks. A good group should have everybody doing the same percentage of work, so try and aim for that. There are a couple of pre-work exercises for you to do. So there's the first one to prepare you for what to expect and how to work in a group, and then there's another one where you'll be marking some sample presentations. So in the first week you plan the exercise, you'll then write this out, and at the start of the second lab you're going to present your demonstrator with your plan, your proposal, and your demonstrator will mark this and give you feedback. So the more details you can include in that proposal, the more feedback you'll get from your demonstrator before submitting the final report. So this will all be marked off a final report and a presentation. Both these things form half of 10% of your mark for the course. So the project is half your lab mark. So for the final report, you're going to write it up. There's a rubric in your lab manual that details everything that you need to include in that final report. And then in the final week, you're going to have 1 hour at the start of your 3-hour lab session to finalize all your preparation and get ready. And then the final 2 hours are going to be given over to groups presenting what they've found. So you'll want to work on your presentation skills to give as good a presentation as possible. So I hope that you enjoy these projects and that you learn a lot about designing experiments and working as a team.